Hello friends, this video on matter and magnetism part 25 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Please make sure that you have watched all the videos till part 24 before going ahead with part 25. Let us look at the electron theory of ferromagnetism. So the first thing that we will discuss while discussing ferromagnetism is the domain theory. Right, I told you that the special thing which takes place in case of ferromagnetic substances is domain formation. So what is this domain formation basically? In case of a ferromagnetic substance also, each atom has a permanent dipole moment. But in this case, so how do this domain formation takes place? As I told that each atom here will have a permanent dipole moment. Now, several atoms together will group and form a domain. So a domain, many atoms together will form a domain, right? Several atoms. So one domain will contain approximately some 10 to the power 10 atoms. Right, there will be so many atoms in one domain. Now, inside each domain, a special interaction exists between the atoms as a result of which all the dipole moments are in one direction. So that means in this case, each atom has permanent dipole moment. Right? Now, atoms form domain. Now, inside each domain, there is a special interaction. Inside domain, there is a special interaction between the atoms such that all dipole moments are in one particular direction, right? So what will happen as a result? Each domain will behave like a magnet. Each domain will behave like a magnet, right? Because the domain as a whole has all the dipole moments in one direction. That means the domain as a whole has a net dipole moment. So therefore the domain will behave like a magnet. But there are several domains inside the substance. Like till now we were just talking about electrons inside atoms and atoms inside the substance. But now we are saying that electrons are there inside atom and the atoms together are forming domains and many domains form the substance. Now the several domains, they are all randomly oriented. So what happens? The next thing is random orientation of domains, right? Now since the domains are randomly oriented, therefore the substance as a whole is not magnetic. So the substance is not magnet. So even though each domain behaves like a magnet because they have a net magnetic moment, but the domains are randomly oriented, therefore the substance as a whole does not behave like a magnet. For example, here you can see in this diagram which I have drawn, the green lines represent the net magnetic moment of each domain. So each triangle represents a domain. So if you look at this particular domain, what do you see? All the magnetic moments are aligned along this direction and this has a net magnetic moment towards right. So that means this particular domain behaves like a magnet. But there are 4 such domains and they are all randomly oriented, and as a result of which the net magnetic moment of this entire substance is 0. So the net substance as a whole will not behave like a magnet. But what will happen when an external electric field is applied? So in the absence of electric field, domain formation by atoms, random orientation of domains. Therefore, the net magnetic moment in any direction is equal to 0. So the substance does not behave like a magnet. So now what will happen in presence of magnetic field? When a magnetic field is applied, the substance which was not a magnet as a whole will get strongly magnetized. But how? When we apply an external field, two things happen. The first thing is the domains which are in the direction of magnetic field, they will increase in size. For example, if we apply an external magnetic field in this direction, then out of the 4 domains, which domain was in this direction? This domain, right? So this, right, when magnetic field was not applied, till that time all the domains were equal in size, right? So now if I apply an external magnetic field in this direction, this particular domain will increase in size. That is what happened here. If you see, the topmost domain, this domain increased in size because it is in the direction of the applied magnetic field. Right? So what will happen, since this domain increased in size, so then now the net magnetic moment of this substance will be non-zero and the net magnetic moment will be in this direction. So that is one way by which the net magnetic moment of the substance increases. And the other way is domains rotate till they all align in the direction of external magnetic field. Let us suppose I apply the external magnetic field along this direction. So what is happening? This was already in this direction. The other 3 domains also start rotating till they all align in the same direction. So now since all are aligned in the same direction, therefore the net magnetic moment of the substance as a whole is also non-zero. So we see that by applying an external magnetic field, the substance gets strongly magnetized because now all the domains will be aligned along the direction of magnetic field. So in this case, in presence of magnetic field, domain boundaries displacement. So domain boundaries displacement is what we referred here. That means increase in size of the domains which are aligned along the direction of the magnetic field. That is known as domain boundaries displacement. Domain rotation is what we have described here. That is, all the domains will keep rotating till they all align themselves along the direction of the magnetic field. Now in this case also, therefore the net magnetic moment in any direction is non-zero now, and therefore the substance gets strongly magnetized. Right? So here also another thing to be noted is what happens when a ferromagnetic substance is heated. When the ferromagnetic substance is heated, we talked about a special interaction, right? We told that inside the domain, there is a special interaction because of which all the dipole moments inside the domain is in one direction. Now, when you heat a ferromagnetic substance, that special interaction disappears. As a result, that speciality which takes place inside the domain, that is lost, because the difference between ferromagnetism and paramagnetism arises only because of the domain formation, and the domain formation is crucial because of that special interaction between the atoms inside a domain, because of which all the magnetic moments inside a domain are in one direction. So when you heat it, that special interaction is lost. As a result, the special role of domain formation is also lost, and the substance behaves like a paramagnetic substance. So this is an important point to be noted here. When heated, it turns paramagnetic. Why? Because when heated, the special interaction inside the domain disappears. As a result, it becomes, or it behaves like any other paramagnetic substance. So I hope that I am able to explain you the 3 classification: diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic, and also the electron theory behind each of them, right? So now it is time that we talk about few other important topics. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thank you once again.